evening, gang. Welcome along. It's Wednesday, the 4th of January. Congratulations. You've made it to 2023. A warm welcome along and to tonight's little chat show. And just in case you didn't know, so it's a bit late. Oh, it's a bit late. That's because you don't pay attention, isn't it? I told you last week. We're doing 9 o'clock now. And the reason we're doing 9 o'clock is because the Tuesday night show is also at 9 o'clock. And the one in the morning is at 9 o'clock, so I just wanted to put them all together and be a little bit like that, all right? So welcome along. We're on YouTube Live, Facebook Live, and TikTok as well on this Wednesday evening. Lots of people with us already. I don't know if I should do a few hellos first or just get into it. I think we'll get into it. I'm just going to turn this light off here. I just realised I've got a little light, hang on a minute, there we go, underneath the desk, and it looks a bit odd when that's on and the other ones are on as well. I'm very sad to have to tell you that this is the last time you'll see our little Christmas set. It goes after tonight, I'm afraid. It's all off after tonight. Got to take it down tomorrow. One or two people have said, ow, why have you still got your Christmas stuff on? Because when I was a kid, it was always the 12 days of Christmas. You left everything up to 12 days after Christmas. And if you took it down after 12 days, that was very unlucky. And if you took it down, see, people, they believe the bits they want to believe, you see, right? If you took it down before the 12 days were up, it was also unlucky. So there's going to be an awful lot of unlucky people. You know, some of you might even die. And I'm very sorry that if you do, because let's be honest, we can't afford to lose viewers on this channel. We cannot afford, we can't afford to lose viewers on this channel. Shania's there. Good evening, Shania. And I'm very pleased to note that Shania says our decorations are still up. Yeah, because you're doing it properly, Shania. That's why. Because you're doing... a bit fed up seeing those now. They have been up since August, and that's why. You can't wait to get them down, can you? Anyway, that's the way it goes. And talking of Christmas things, I wanted to show you... Oh, I haven't put my damn phone up now. I can't show the people on TikTok. Now, what shall I do? I'm going to go down and get it. Can you just talk amongst yourselves for a moment or two? 1 minute. I've got to show you, because some people haven't seen my Christmas dinner. It is the biggest Christmas dinner ever. 1 moment, please, while I refer you. Do enjoy the background while I've disappeared for a moment or two, all right? Ding dong merrily on high, in heaven the bells are ringing, glow. Oh, hello, Doris. All right, Doris. Hello, darling. All right, love. You going up early? Yeah, off you go, darling. That's it, my love. Yeah, let me stop, yeah. Lovely to see you. How's your mother doing? Is she all right? Yeah, okay, darling. Well, it's lovely to see you. Really lovely. Say hello to your family for me as well, won't you? Yeah, yeah. All right. Is Sid going with you tonight? They'll be talking about you, Doris and Sid. You are naughty, going home together like that. Ta-da, bye-bye. Oh, that's the other staff in the... I've got staff here. That's the lady who does the dinner. She's just off now, along with the security guard on reception. Anyway, yes. Yes, talking of food, I wanted to show you my Christmas dinner. I don't think I've ever had so much on a plate. My sister does really big meals, right? But I don't usually do as big a meals as this. Now, check this out, look. That, my dears, was my Christmas dinner. Did you have one as big as that? That is the question. Did you have that one as big as that? Go on. Don't lie to me. I bet you did, you lying gits, didn't you? Christmas dinner, yes. Danny on the radio's there from Engage Radio. Have you got sung jingles there, Gav? Have you got sung jingles? Have you heard my new... I can't play it tonight. No, I'm sorry, because it's not Tuesday. It's not Tuesday. I have a Tuesday night jingle at great expense, Danny, as always. £58. Absolute bargain. Worth... I told my mate. He said, how much do you pay for that? I said, £58. He said, are you for real? I said, worth every single penny. As you will agree, Danny on the radio. Did I eat it all? I've got to be honest, right? For the first time in years, I left a few little bits on the plate. I couldn't eat it. And it was basically a few potatoes, about 3 potatoes, and a quarter of the Yorkshire pudding. I was stuffed. Danny would love a sung jingle. Well, get your money out, dear. Come on. Spend some of it. You can't take it with you, my love. I keep telling people that. They won't spend their money. Oh, I just put that in the bank. I'll just put it in the bank. They won't spend the money. Jingles. You need sung jingles. No, Danny, I can't. Oh, do you want me to play it? Do you? Do you want to go and send me something and I'll play it for you? I dare you. Send me something. Even if it's just some hearts. I'm not asking for... I never ask for money. Never ask for money. Although if you want to send a tip, you can do so. There we go. Play it. No, I want to see some hearts, Danny. Hearts. Is that it? One? You tight-fisted git. One heart? Are you for real? Two? Oh, 17, 19, 20. Okay, right, I'm going to play it. Here is my new Tuesday night jingle. Are you ready, Danny? Are you ready? You're going to like this. One moment, please. I can't find it now. Here it is. Here it is. Here it is. Here it is. I think this is it. Ready? Here we go, Danny. £58. It's on special offer this week. I think it's £58, including the tax altogether. Do you want me to give you the exact amount? One moment. Let me go to my... accounts thing. Danny runs an internet radio station, Engage Radio. He's a very, very good friend of mine. Actually, it's Danny's voice. You know when you hear that, you can text in now, this one.
You can send Chris a text message right now on 07451 287 337. 07451 287 337.
That's Danny. That's Danny. Danny who's here now. Hello, Danny. All right. £58.80. It's £49 plus £9.80 tax. God's sake, man. £9.80 tax. And for that, I got this.
Chris Reardon, Tuesday night.
Yeah, baby. And as you probably know, I've got quite a few of those now, all for the morning. That's the first one I've got at night. But I don't buy them all together. I buy one. They usually have one on offer each month, and that one is the one on offer this month. And you want Radio Jingles 24. Okay, Radio Jingles 24, and usually they're there the next day. It's very, very quick. All right, Danny? Come on, get it done. Hello to Nemo. Love what you've done at the Mirrorball studio. Yes, the last day for this, I'm afraid. Last day for this. Yes, it'll all be coming down tomorrow. Have a look, Danny. You've got to get one, mate. You write your own script. Just have a listen. And you're musical, so you know. Just listen to the music and choose some words that will fit the music, okay? And then you send it in and they do it for you. And it's just blooming fantastic. Thank you very much. Evening to DJ Sparky there. Nemo, did you rate all of it? Nearly. It was a very big dinner. Nemo says it wasn't that big. I'm sure it wasn't. How big is yours, Nemo? Oh, sorry. I meant the dinner. The dinner. Was it very... Don't start me off. Not this early on. Thank you very much. Danny1256 wants to know, was there even a Christmas when you was a child? Yes, it was. And it was a lot better than it is now. God, I'm telling you, it was much, much better than it was now. Thank you very much. Yeah, David Hunt's in the house. Give him to David. And Vera, we've said hello to Vera as well there. Let me see. He's had a big one before, Danny. Yeah, is there a picture of that, please, or a video? Send it through, okay? Send it through. Over on the text there, Shania says that is huge. It was a big dinner. Shania, was yours as big as that? Did you have a huge... I can see your dad eating something like that. I have lovely Vectis Humphreys from Vectis Radio. They do a show, him and his daughter do a show between 1 and 3 p.m. on Sunday afternoons on Vectis Radio, if you want to have a little look at that, okay? Maureen's here. Good evening to Maureen. Hello, darling. Good evening to the delightful Maureen, queen of all sandwiches. Queen of sandwiches and crisps and bars of chocolate. Good evening, Maureen. And Maureen says, good evening, Chris. I really liked the song you played on YouTube last night when you ended your show. What was the name of the song and artist? Oh, now you're asking. So that would have been... Did I play 3 songs last night? Okay, so the song on YouTube was... Pen ready? It's not ready, is it? Come on, Maureen. Get your pen, and I'll give you the name of the song, all right, from last night. George is there. Good evening, George. His granddad isn't very well, so good luck with that, George, all right, darling. And Gary Ross is in the house, who says, it's good to see you've learned how to shoot a bow and arrow. Thanks to George. Yes, who saw me doing that? More importantly, who saw great niece Evie and great nephew Harry and great nephew's Harry's mother, Stacey, and his dad, my nephew, Gary, shooting bows and arrows at Butlins. Did you not see it? Oh, you've missed it. You've missed it. There's a video up on my YouTube, youtube.com/Chris Reardon UK. It's the same sort of username as my TikTok. Whenever I'm doing something, it generally finishes Chris Reardon UK, all right? Facebook, wherever it is. So youtube.com/Chris Reardon UK. And there's a short, I think it's about 8 minutes, 7 or 8 minutes long. It's not very long, video of some of the bits and pieces we did at Butlins. Although there's no narration on it, okay, my darlings? I'm not talking over it. Why is that? I don't know. Sometimes I think, no, just put it up as it is and that's enough. Talking of no talking videos, there might be a special little show for you later on tonight, boys and girls. I'm not going to say what it is. All right, it's very, very exciting. It will be very relaxing for you. I know it will. Okay, so that might be on, fingers crossed, a little bit later. Not saying anything else, all right? Not saying anything else. You're going to tear your hair out if I do that tonight. And I think that's going to be around 10:30, 11 o'clock on this channel. All right, my darlings. Okay, Maureen. The artist is Nikki G, Nikkii, Nikki G. And the song last night, the third song, I think this is the one, was Crying Out Your Name. Actually, can I play that? I don't know. Yeah, I'll just, I don't know if I've got that here. Where's that going to be? Downloads? It's probably downloads. Yes, it is. What did I say it was called? Crying Out Your Name. Crying Out Your Name. Where are you? There it is. If it was that one, Maureen, it's this. Here we go. Does that sound right? Hello, LaBelle. Evening, LaBelle. There's no Demis Roussos. There's no music tonight, darling. Apart from this one. Here, let me move it forward. Was it this one?
And I'm calling out, but you never hear me. I am reaching out, but always in vain.
All right, Maureen. So, Crying Out Your Name is the song on there. Okay, good evening to Greg. Welcome back, Greg. And Christina Hunt's there. A very good evening to Christina Hunt this evening. Now, eagle-eyed viewers will note, thank you, Chloe Ramsey has sent me a super chat, a very large super chat. Wow, Chloe, have you won the lottery, darling? Thank you very much. Chloe Ramsey has sent me a little tip tonight of £4.49. I'm rich. I'm rich, Chloe. Thank you very much. You're very kind to this ageing DJ, all right? Thank you very much, Chloe. Let's just scroll up a little bit there and see what else you talked about the dinners there. We're talking about the dinners there. Jason says, my Christmas dinner was awesome. I'm still getting reoccurring explosions from the sprouts. Well, we didn't do sprouts. Is that a thing in New York at all, LaBelle? Do you do sprouts on Christmas Day at all? Is that something that you have with your Christmas dinner, I wonder? Or is that more of a sort of British thing, I wonder? Thank you there. Scrolling up. Hello to Janice Pope. Evening, Janice Pope. Welcome to you. Richard Crooks. I'm just scrolling up quickly here, gang, because it's difficult to see all the names there. Peter Rimington. He hasn't been there for a while, has he? So hello, Peter. And Dan Woodhouse in the house. Rob Kershaw. Evening to you, and you're talking about other stuff there, aren't you? So that's cool. All right, so welcome along to our little show. LaBelle says it's a British thing. Yeah, I would imagine so. I think, I think a lot of people, we don't really like Brussels sprouts, if you see what I mean, LaBelle. We kind of just have them because it's Christmas, if you see what I mean. Hello to Joe Ewing. Good evening, Joe. Not Joe Ewing. Are you related to the Ewings on Dallas? I want to go to South Fork Ranch. You can actually go and visit there. You can visit Southfork Ranch, although there's no more Dallas. I don't think I'll ever come back now because, of course, good old Larry Hagman, JR, has died, hasn't he? He died a couple of years ago. I quite liked the reboot, I must admit. I thought the reboot was pretty good. But over here, certainly, it just didn't get the viewers. People just didn't want to watch it, rather sadly. So they canned it, didn't they? But there you go. Thank you, Maureen. That's the song there. Thank you, Maureen. I very much doubt you'll find that to sing, though, Maureen. It's a thing that I get from a company called Epidemic Sounds. All the music on Epidemic Sounds, I'm allowed to play that, right? That's when we do the Tuesday night show, the people listening on Reach, on air, and on TikTok, they get normal music like what you've had in the charts either now or in the past. The people on YouTube and Facebook Live get Epidemic Sounds music, which is like, I'm signed up for that. Only cost me £10 a month, but I can play any of that selection of music. And there's thousands and thousands of tunes on there. The trouble is I just don't know them. You know, I could sit here and do a show with just that music if I knew what it was. Mind you, it wouldn't take too long to sort of do that. George says, my girlfriend is Chloe Ramsey, so we split that money half and half. Oh, that's very kind of you, George. Yes, very kind of you. I might be able to put the lights on for an extra hour. I might even change the batteries in my Santa Claus ready for next year. And it's sad, really. I think it's a bit sad. You know, you make your house all Christmassy, and then when you put it away, it always looks so bare, doesn't it? Don't you think? Always looks so bare. Fran Green's with us. Good evening, Fran. If you want to text us, feel free. The text number is 07451 287 337 if you want to text in the show today, okay? Oh, sorry, that's the wrong thing there. 07451. Oh, that's the wrong thing as well. Where's it gone now? Where's my text number? Oh, you silly sod. It's at the top there, isn't it? It's at the top there, those of you watching on YouTube. If you want to do it, 07451 287 337 is the text number. Joe wants to know where I'm from. I'm in Bracknell in Berkshire. I was brought up in London, first of all in Peckham until 1969, and 1969 onwards in Roehampton. I was married for a very short period of time, and for a few months we lived in Battersea. Then I went back to Roehampton, and then I bought a flat in Wandsworth, and then when I sold that, I bought a house in Bracknell, and that's where I am now, and I've been very happy here for many years. Can't really ever see me moving out of here. I love it here. Oh, Southend-on-Sea, Joe, is that where you are? Yes, I DJ'd there long time ago. That would be the same time I was DJing in Romford. It was possibly, it's not there anymore, I'm sure. I think it was called Club Art. A-R-T. I think it was called Club Art. And opposite was a closed down cinema, possibly the Odeon or something like that. Do you know where I mean? I'm going back here 20 years now, to be honest, Joe. But yeah, that's where I was then. And the name of the club was Bliss. All right, Bliss. There we are. Right, food, boys and girls. Food. Right, food. Now, you may see behind me as a little bit of information now for you, boys and girls. Are you an Aldi shopper? Aldi shopper. So I went in there today. I'm running out of soya milk again. Okay, I'm not vegan. I'm kind of on the way there, if you see what I mean. I'm vegetarian, have been vegetarian for years, and I'm trying to cut back now on the dairy as well. Okay, so I usually buy this. It's Active Leaf unsweetened soya milk. Now, in the other supermarkets, Waitrose, Sainsbury's, Tesco's, this is always £1 or above. Some people are charging £1.25. I've seen this sort of stuff for £1.75. Danny's an Aldi shopper as well. Hello to James Stone over there in Kidderminster. Hello to you, sir. All right. So this is the one I buy. The one from Aldi, and it's 57 pence, except at the moment this is on special offer at 50 pence, which is half the price it is in all the other supermarkets. Okay, as I say, I've seen this for £1.75, a similar one. Don't know, might have been Sainsbury's, one of those. I've seen it for £1.25. I've seen it for £1 in Aldi. This was 57 pence. At the moment, it's on special offer for 50 pence, but they've changed the bleeding packaging. And how much do we hate it when they do that? Okay, they've changed the packaging. So be careful, right? It now looks like this. Okay? It now looks like that. Now, be very careful. This one, and I was going to buy, I tend to buy these in sort of 10s usually, right? For some reason, I get through quite a lot of this stuff. More than I would do in the past than with normal milk for some reason. Maybe because it's a little bit thinner. Joe says Aldi's good stuff to buy. It was cheap enough in there. It's very cheap in there. Evening to Richard. Hello to Richard. All right. So that's the one you want. Notice no sugars. Now, there's a reason, right? You don't want it to taste sweet. Now, oddly enough, on the side, and this almost stopped me buying it, it says with a subtly sweet taste. Well, I thought it said that on there somewhere. 1 minute. I'm sure that... there we go. Subtly sweet taste, right? This doesn't say it tastes sweet at all to me, but maybe your taste buds might detect a little bit in there. But it tasted exactly the same as this one. So if you're going in Aldi to buy this, right, you might see this one instead. You want the one that says no sugars, and that appears to be the same as this, and this at the moment is on sale for 50p. Okay, so buy loads. Don't even need to go in the fridge, this, okay? Just put it on a shelf, and the payback date is is October, actually. October, so it lasts ages. Just give it a bit of a good shake while you're doing it. The reason I buy this is because the market leader, Alpro, some years ago, I used to buy that one, right, before I discovered the Aldi one. And it was fine. And then 1 week, there was a little note on there, better formula for, oh no, they've mucked around with it. Now, how many times have we seen this, you know? They did it with Coca-Cola, didn't they? Do you remember? Do you remember they did it with Coca-Cola? Oh, we've improved the taste. No, you haven't, because we don't bleeding like it. And they lost a lot of money for that. Then they bought out Classic Cola, didn't they? Then they bought out Classic Cola, and I think what happened eventually is that they dispensed with the new one and then just put the old stuff back in the new cans and rebranded it again. But Alpro suddenly changed the formula, and they put this taste in it. And I don't know why they did that, because it destroyed it for me. I hated it. That's when I started looking for other versions. And I've discovered most, but not all, of the supermarket's own brand of this, right? Most of them, but not all, of the supermarket's own brand of this will be the one that is fairly tasteless, the most similar to milk. Not Morrison's. Morrison's must be buying it from Outpro, because that's got that same taste in it, which is vile. Destroys the taste of that. So I just wanted to tell you about that today. Also, if you're going in Aldi and you're a little bit of a vegetarian or vegan type person, I noted this morning when I went in, or this afternoon when I come back from the gym and swimming pool, I noted that they've got a lot more vegetarian and vegan stuff in like one of the cabinets you kind of get to the moment you walk in there. I mean, they're all the same, aren't they? The way they set these supermarkets on it always amazes me. And you go past the fruit and veg, and there at the end is like a cabinet which they kind of do this. Usually the pizzas are in it, but they've got it stuffed with all this new vegetarian stuff. And I've bought plant-based steak. I have no idea what that tastes like, but I've got it to give it a go. All right. So I bought plant-based steak. And I also bought a vegetarian lasagna, which looks delicious, I must say. Not particularly expensive. And then, oh, here's the really good news. In the frozen food section, battered vegetarian sausages, right? Do you remember I told you about these a few weeks ago, just before Christmas? Because I bought 2 boxes. Oh, my God, they are to die for. They're so delicious, and that's one of the things that you've never been able to get, as far as I know, as a vegetarian. Battered vegetarian sausages. Well, now you can. And they're in Aldi, and they're in the frozen section, and they are bleeding delicious, and they've got them back because they disappeared. And when I bought these 2 boxes, I had them. I thought, oh, my God, they're so nice. Then I went down Aldi. They were all gone. They're like locusts in there. Eating away at all these bleeding things, and I couldn't get them. Well, they're back there this morning. I mean, stacks of them they got in the frozen stuff, and they've really filled up the vegetarian section in there if you're interested. Even if you're not vegetarian, why don't you just get yourself a box and try those out? All right, my darlings. Thank you very much to Christina Hunt. Thank you, Christina. Send me £1.79 super chat. I'm rich tonight. The money's pouring in, dear. I'm almost on more money than Empire, than the Butler's Empire. I'm getting close to it now, I'm sure. Thank you, Christina. Not only that, there was another 3 subscribers this month. How exciting is that? Thank you very much. All right. Janice says, what made you choose Bracknell to live? Grass and trees, basically. I love it here. I absolutely love it. The one issue I have is rubbish. And we get a lot of people dropping rubbish around here, unfortunately, which led me to become a volunteer litter picker, which I do regularly, at least once a week, usually on a Saturday for about 3 hours. I have a route that I do, you know, and then sometimes I might take another bag out. Oh, I fancy doing a little bit of litter picking today, and I go and do that. But since last week, I've done 10 bags. I kid you not, I've collected. They're like bin liner type size, you know, quite large. 10 bags full of rubbish I've done. But that's why I moved here, because it was like, to me, this was the country. Coming from Wandsworth, this was the country. Now, but mind you, once you've been to Lincolnshire, that is the country, right? You think that's the country. And then when you go to Scotland, that's even more country. So perhaps not as much. But where I am here, I've got everything. I can walk everywhere. I can walk to Aldi or the Co-op. I can even walk into town, to the banks, to church, to the swimming pool. Don't need a car. It's all here. Whereas in Lincolnshire, really, you need a car. I mean, you might be close to a shop, but you won't be close to a swimming pool. And then you might not be that close to a church. Do you know what I mean? You'd have to get a car at least to go there. But here, I don't need a car, really, to live. I can go anywhere, you know. Thank you. Oh, Christina. Oh, let me get this old piece of tissue here and just dab my eyes. Did you? No one can see that little text you've sent me. I'm very touched. I'd love to be touched, to be honest, but there we are. Possibly by Amir Khan or someone like that. But Christina says, you're my favourite YouTuber. Oh, Christina. Thank you, Christina, darling. See, there is someone that loves me in the world. You're very, very kind. Very kind to say that. Hello to Scotty Boy. Good evening, Scotty Boy. Welcome along, Scotty Boy. Long time. Yeah, very long time since we see you. Hello, Scotty Boy. And Danny wants to know if I have my own litter picker stick. Yes, indeed I do, my love. Yes, indeed I do. Vera would like to be let go at the litter droppers. Yeah, I'd love you to, darling. Dirty, filthy people dropping the stuff everywhere. I've discovered I've got a holiday. I've got a holiday coming up. I can't believe this, right? So, I rang up my nephew today, as I do at least four times a week. Quite honestly, I think sometimes he turns his phone off so I can't get through. But nevertheless, I often ring up my nephew. And for some reason, I said to him this morning, because they've been wanting to go up to Scotland, but they haven't quite got there yet. And I said, did you have any more plans? Yeah, but I think we're going up in February. Rather you than me, mate. February to Scotland? They're going to freeze their knickers off up there, aren't they? February is the worst month you can go, January or February. But that's apparently what they're going to do. And presumably, my nephew's not stupid, you know. He wouldn't go up there if it was like snow and ice and all that. So they're going to do that. And while I was on the phone, I said, have you got any other holidays booked yet? He said, oh, yeah, I think we're going to Haven Holidays in April. I said, oh, right, okay. He said, yeah, you're coming, aren't you? Or something like that. I can't remember now. No. I then said to him, oh, I don't seem to be invited to that one. At which point he backtracked so as not to get his missus in trouble. You didn't think I'd noticed that, did you, Gary? I don't suppose Gary's watching at the moment. He backtracked and said, oh, maybe, well, I've got it wrong. And I thought, no, you haven't. You've just backtracked. Anyway, so we carried on with this conversation and Haven Holidays and what have you. I've been to a few Haven Holidays with them and, of course, Butlins just at the end of December. And tonight, while the music was playing and we were warming up for the show and all that, I get this phone call and there's my nephew making stupid faces as usual down the phone. And he said, he said, it's a good job I checked. Yeah, you're coming in April. And I'm like, oh, am I? He said, yeah. And it's all paid for. And I'm like, well, you didn't have to do that. He said, no, you've paid for it. Have I? He said, yeah. I said, when's that? So his missus is shouting on the other side. She listens to all the conversations in case I'm saying anything bad or whatever I think. She listens in the corner. Now and again, you hear her shout out. It's like a comedy program when we're having FaceTimes and all that business. She's shouting out in the corner. She said, yeah. And apparently, so they gave me the holiday dates. And they're like, don't you remember? You paid for you. I don't think I paid for all of them. I paid for myself, which they do this sometimes. I said, we're going on holiday. Do you want to come? You can't expect people to pay for you, right? And I'm like, yeah, of course I do. And I hand over the cash and all that, right? And then I thought about it and I thought, yes, I do remember now paying, and it wasn't expensive, 150 quid, I think, for 4 nights or something like that, because it's off-peak, you see. We always go off-peak holiday. You don't want to be in a caravan at peak season. I mean, say goodbye to £1,000. Oh, yes. Yes. Look it up. Type in Haven Holidays, August, and you see how much them people are bleeding charging. Poor families. It's outrageous. Anyway. So then, so I've written it down in my calendar. So it seems, I feel like I've got a free holiday here. And I'm like, well, when was this booked then? It must have been ages ago. Yes, it was last July. And that's why I've forgotten all about it. I didn't have it. I mean, it's a good job that this came about, because I could have booked something in that date, you know, and completely forgotten about it. Well, I had completely forgotten about it. So fortunately, there's nothing been booked. Well, I would have had to cancel the other thing, you know. You go with whatever you've booked first, you know. And I didn't want to let the family down as well. So that's excellent news. And I feel like I've got a free holiday, even though I paid for it, but I'd completely forgotten about it. So I've got a free holiday in April. They're great holidays, Haven Holidays and all that business there. Hello to Zach. Good evening, Zach. Welcome along to this strange, mysterious show, all right? Hello to you, sir. Greg says, use that new car of yours. What's the point of paying for something you hardly use, Chris? What do you mean? What, instead of walking around? That's why people are so fat, dear. Everyone wants to take the car everywhere. I don't think so. I walk everywhere. Walk, sometimes bicycle. Like if I'm going to the shops, if I'm going to Aldi, which is only like 10 minutes walk away, 15 minutes maybe. If I've got a large load or heavy cans, for example, or loads of milk, I'll take the bike because I've got panniers on my bike. Thank you very much. Put it in there. No, you can't just keep getting a car out every 5 minutes. Everybody want to go 2 minutes up the road. This is why there's so many fat people. They don't want to walk. Funnily enough, they were saying that on the news about these scooters. You know, these little electric scooters they got in London, which are fabulous. You know, the idea is to take cars off the road. But what they're finding now is that people are using the scooters who used to walk. So now they've lost that exercise. You know, you must do exercise, dear. Greg bought a used BMW Mark IV. Ooh, lovely, Greg. BMW. Have you seen the BMW i7? That new electric one. Please don't start the petrol heads off. Ow, it's never going to be as good as the petrol car. Stuck in the dark ages they are, aren't they? Digging up all this oil and shoving it in their bleeding cars. There's some, no, can't have an electric car. The BMW i7. Have a look at that. Ooh, it looks nice and big and chunky on the front. It's a beautiful car. Anyway, Greg bought a BMW Mark IV recently, a big chunk out of my savings. Yeah, I should think it was. But it puts a smile on my face every time I fire it up, and that's what it's all about. Well done, Greg. Well done, Greg. M said you're the best YouTuber. Better than what Christina says. Who's M? Who's M? What, the person from 007? Da-da! Jimbo wants to know what I drive. I've just got a Toyota RAV4. RAV4. You know, not like a high-end car. And I love it. It's actually the third one of those I've had. I've had Toyotas now for... Oh, gosh. I had an Aygo. You know, Aygo, A-Y-G-O. I had an Aygo, a Yaris, a RAV4, a RAV4. So this is my sixth Toyota. And I buy Toyotas for reliability and economy. I'm not interested in car badges or anything like that. I've no interest in trying to make myself look better than what I am. But it's just a lovely car, and it looks after me, and that's all I want, you know. Thank you, Jimbo, for your questionnaire, and a Merry Christmas to you, sir. A Merry Christmas. Jack says, I recognise you. I'm sure I've seen you on Martin Butler's YouTube videos. Well, either that or old Roman coins. That... that people have dug up over the years. I'm on the back of a few of those, you might see. Hello, Zach. All right. Oh, dear me. How funny is that? Rob, is it normal to be worrying about pensions and retirement at the age of 35? No, mate. No, it's not. No, it's not. You're very sensible. Very sensible. When I was 25, I had a bloke come round who signed me up for this private pension. I was 25 at the time. I'm now 59, and that already matured at 55, and I put it back in to carry on accumulating because I don't need the money. You never take your pension out unless you need the money for something, and there's nothing I desire. Nothing. I have a decent car. I've got a nice house. I've got food. I've got light, heat. When I turn it on. I'm so tight, very, very tight. So there's nothing wrong with that at all, Rob. You carry on looking into your pension thing. I don't mind telling you, I'm with Royal London. Go with someone big. Go with one of the big ones. There's no guarantee that it'll be fine, though. But I wouldn't go with anything. And never, if someone rings you up offering you pensions or any money advice, if you get a cold call, phone down. No, none of this. Oh, I'm not really interested. No, phone down. I had it this week actually, because you know I've bought that new tumble dryer, heat pump tumble dryer, right? 3 times this week I've had insurance people ringing me. Oh, would you like to take out the annual? No, thank you. Oh, well, if it goes wrong, yeah. Well, if it goes wrong, I'll just buy another one, mate. Oh, well, do you know about how much that costs? I said, yeah, very expensive, and I can probably afford it. Next question. I can't be doing. I mean, you can have so much insurance, can't you? You have so much insurance going on. You know, I have the only insurances I have are the ones that you have to have by law. I'm a landlord, so I have to have a landlord insurance and car insurance, that sort of thing. They're the only. These are the things I've got there. You know, because if you believe me, if you claim £100, they'll offer you 20. Right, legalised bloody robbers they are, all of them. Thank you very much. Hello to Ollie. Good evening, Ollie. Welcome to the show. Danny on the radio, lean up against a Land Rover. It'll make you look good. I have done, thank you, Danny on the radio. I've had 3 Land Rovers. Yeah, so shut up. Defenders. I had a lovely red one, a silver one, and a blue one. Thank you very much. Next question, dear. As you get older, you accumulate these things. Hello to Liam. Evening to Liam and Michael Pullman, built in Scotland as well. Alan Russell, greetings, Alan Russell as well. And yeah, lovely jubbly. Okay, Fran, fuel charge has gone up again. Actually, no. I don't know where you are, Fran, but our fuel seems to be coming down here at the moment. The Sainsbury's up the road, which tends to be the dearest one around here. Well, our problem here is that we're in between the M3 and the M4, and this Sainsbury's petrol station is on the route between the 2 motorways, and I think that's why they charge a lot, you know. But I know I filled up at Asda last week on the A40, 149. My guess is the Asda fuel is probably about 146 now. So it might be just where you are, though. Okay, George says, I like your outro bit at the end. Oh, there's a new bit right at the very end, because, of course, we've changed years now. So that is slightly different now. Keep an eye out for that right at the end of the show, George. We're only an hour long now, as you know, here on a Wednesday night. Can I just ask you, have you ever had a bad meal from a restaurant or a takeout? If you have, type in what your answer is there, okay? I want to know what sort of meal you had, what was wrong with it, okay? Have you ever had a bad meal out at a restaurant? Or a takeout, maybe you've got some... I don't mean a wrong order. You know, when you order blooming Big Mac and whatever, Big Mac and fries and little cheese bites and milkshake, chocolate milkshake, and it comes and Big Mac and little cheese bites and fries. Oh, it's a strawberry milkshake. I don't mean something like that. Something really, really wrong with your meal. No, something that don't taste right. Something that don't taste right. Hello to Jess. Who are you? No one of importance, my friend. Jess says she keeps getting blocks from people. Well, what's that got? It's not got anything to do with me, is it? What's that got to do with me? FX says he's had fish and chips with no salt. Well, yeah, I suppose so. How awful. Ruined your meal, didn't it? Paul, could just say hello to Jack. Jack Skeltsy boy. He's a top man. Thank you, Paul. Jack is in the house there. All right, there we are. You just want someone to chat to? We'll join in the chat on here. Everyone talks to each other there. All right, poor FX. Meal ruined because there was no salt in it. What about you? Did you ever have a bad meal for something? What was wrong with it? Hello to S. Greetings, S. I've had a couple of bad meals, actually. One, I was about 15 or 16 years old. I'd got some chips from this chip shop. It's not there anymore. Up Roehampton High Street. I used to go to Scouts when I was 14, 15, 16. Me and my friend Philip and Steve, we used to go to the chip shop afterwards. So we stroll up Roehampton Lane, this chip shop. We got these chips and we're just eating them and we're picking them out. And it's a good job I looked. You know, sometimes you get like crackling in the chips or like just batter where it's, I don't know, what's that? Some batter on there. And I'm eating these chips, and then I'm like, oh, that's a bit hard. And I pulled out this piece of batter, and I thought, that's a funny shape. It was a worm. Somehow, a worm had been fried. And do you know what? I took the fried worm out, chucked it in the down the drain, and I carried on eating the chips. Is that disgusting? Anyone else? Anyone else? Jess says her mum's cooking. Stop that now. Don't be saying that about your mum. Naughty. Vera says, I ordered a veggie bangers and mash with onion and gravy and got real sausage. Oh, did you? I hope you just complained, Vera. These people, they're straight onto the sun, aren't they? Oh my God, I've accidentally bitten into a real piece of chicken that has been served for me by the restaurant. Oh, I've got so much anxiety. My life is ruined. I hope you're not like that, Vera, are you, love? Just complain and get it sorted out. Thank you, Vera. All right, darling. Anyone else? Fran. Oh, she's on the subject of the Tesco Extra Diesel. 170. Oh, diesel. Well, that's a different thing. 170.9. That's gone up again. The price between diesel and petrol seems to be getting bigger and bigger. It's like 25 pence a litre. The difference in there sometimes, isn't it? Hello to Feral Music. Good evening, the delightful Feral. Hello, darling. All right, my love? You beautiful man. I'm munching on a baked brie, which is gooey, and I've got toast. That's the reason I'm too fat to show my face these days. Oh, it's all right having a little bit of excess weight, Feral, but quite honestly, you're taking the mick, mate. Don't worry, a bit of extra fat, for God's sake, man. There we are. Let's have a look there. Janice Pope, vegetarian pasta salad in France, full of tuna and ham. Oh dear, how disappointing, Janice. You know, I mean, don't get me wrong. You know, if I was eating a burger, I thought, hang on a minute, this is not a vegetarian burger, and I think it probably happens more often than you think. That sort of thing. And I'm sure I accidentally had a chicken burger once, and I just ate it in the end, and I thought, oh well, you know, it's here now. Do you know what I mean? But some people, they just go into one, don't they, Janice? I'm sure you're not someone who went into one, you know. Just one of those things. Just take it back, complain, and they give you another one, maybe free of charge. Wow, this is unusual. Rob Kershaw said he had a Toby Carvery. It was that bad, he was considering turning vegan. That's unusual. I'm a big fan of the Toby Carvery. I think it's good, decent food, many vegetarian options. Not that you actually have to add that on there, but I'm telling you now, it's the potatoes, isn't it? It's their roast potatoes in Toby Carvery. We love them. We love them. Non-stop nonsense says, why do you keep blinking on the live? What does that mean, blinking? What do you mean blinking? Is it my eyes? Oh, it's probably a little thing that I've got going on there, a little twitch or something like that. Have you got any twitches? You know, like being rude, for example. Do you find it's good to be rude and mention that to someone, do you at all? Is that right? You know, is that your thing, is it? Whereas mine is just a little twitch of the eye when I do that a lot, is it? It's very bright in there. That's probably why. Thank you. Let's have a look there. Where's the clock? The clock is in another room at the moment. It's in another room. It'll be back there when the backdrop changes. The problem is I don't have another cloth to put up at the moment. So I might have to put one of the old ones back because it's not arrived yet. And we like to change that now and again, although the other one's been up for over a year now, hasn't it there? Good. Let's have a little look there. Feral music. I love you, Chris. Well, I love you as well, darling. More than you could ever imagine, dear. You make the world a better place. Chris OBE. Now, what could that stand for? OBE. Let's ask Non-Stop Nonsense, the one who's rude. What could OBE stand for me, Non-Stop Nonsense? Eh? I did ask my nephew this question as well earlier on, actually. You know, have you ever had a bad meal? And he replied he went to an Italian where he lives in Woodall Spa in Lincolnshire. And he said the dishes came out and his Mrs. Stacey had lasagna and she ended up with a long piece of cling film in her mouth about 2 inches long. Oh, dear. It's worse than having a hair, isn't it? I mean, I think I'd rather have some... How many times have you done that? Eh? In a takeout or maybe a ready meal, actually, from Sainsbury's. You're eating them. Oh, you pull this. Oh, did I drop a hair in? Well, I mean, if it's a long hair, it's not come out of my head, is it? Thank you, Becky. You're very kind. Thank you. So she had a bit of cling film in her mouth. And I remember me and my mate went into a pub just up the road here in Crown Wood. I think it was called the Crown Wood, actually, the pub. This is 12 years ago. And we decided to go in a local pub for something to eat. And we'd ordered burger and chips and they had tomato soup on the menu. I do like tomato and basil soup, don't you? Oh, that's lovely. If it's done properly. So we had this tomato and basil soup and I put my spoon in and put it in my mouth. And again, there was like a piece of plastic bag in there. So it's obviously come out of a plastic bag. It's a homemade tomato soup. Don't think so, mate. You've just opened a bag with that, haven't you? So not nasty. And then another experience my nephew had there was in a chip shop in Skegness. And they'd ordered some fish and chips or whatever it was, something with chips there. And Gary's gone into this thing and there's a bloody fingernail in it. A fingernail with a bit of fingernail polish. What's it called? Nail polish. Bit of nail polish on the end of it. And here's the best bit. They took it back. Said, oh, there's a fingernail in this. Oh, okay, we'll get that taken off for you. They were just going to take the fingernail off and give it back. Dirty people. Anyway, anyone else on the subject of the food there, or are we moving on from that? There we are. How do you know it's live if there's no clock? Oh, for God's sake, man. Oh, Christ almighty. Don't you bleed and moan. Dear me. How do we know it's live? Because I'm reading out your bloody messages. That's how you know. Oh, Christ. How do we know it's live if we can't see the clock? There we are. Will that go up there? There you are. Are you happy now? Happy? Happy? Oh, don't they moan? This is the trouble with this chat box. Oh, why does he keep getting rid of the chat box? Hello? Thank you. Anyway, that's the fingernail story. Now, what else have we got on the show today? Oh, yes, big arses. Now, what is it, fellas? You love a big arse, don't you, on a lady? Does nothing for me. Big arses don't do anything for me. But it turns out that look, most straight blokes, for some reason, love a big arse on ladies. And I've got a little picture to show you here. And this lady, this lady wants the world's biggest arse. Okay? She really does. Now, I've got a picture to show you as well in a moment. There it is. I'll show you the picture. She's an OnlyFans model. Now, this story, when I went back on it, it seems like it's a year old, right? And they've changed the bloody date on it. Because I looked back. So when I went, because I wanted the picture for my phone to show the people on TikTok, because they can't see the same stuff as the YouTube people see, right? And I typed in Daily Star woman's biggest bum, and the same story came up, but it's a year out of date. It's a year ago, so they've just rehashed the same story. Hello to Riley. Evening, Riley. Welcome to the show, and as well, Claire. Greetings, Claire. Oh, Vera says she ordered a pizza from Domino's Pizza, and there was a large piece of glass in it. Oh, got to be careful with that. Don't be sorry, Riley. Don't be sorry. Anyway, big arses. Here we go. OnlyFans model. This is in the Daily Star. Natasha Crown is known for wanting to get the world's biggest bum. A lot of ladies want this, and up to them if that's what they like. All well and good. It's not my cup of tea, but it does. Just because it's not my cup of tea doesn't mean it's not right. It's not for me though. Anyway, this lady wants to get the world's biggest bum. She's toned up her curvy rear even more with a... Actually, you know what? I'm not sure I'm going to show you the photo now. YouTube might not like that. That would be thrown up on their algorithms. I might just flash you the picture very quickly, right? And hopefully we'll get away with it. Anyway, she turned up her curvy rear even more with a yoga session while in a local park. And it seems she's from Serbia. She's using yoga to help her accomplish this. So I'm going to show you this picture very quickly. You can see it a bit more on YouTube. Look at the size. Is that good? Is that good there? Is that good? Does anyone else want a really big bum? Eh? LaBelle says the problem with getting the world's biggest bum is that it's not healthy for the frame that it is. No, you're right. Danny on the radio reckons it's too big, but they seem to love it. And I bought that up because there's a lady who works on reception in the gym who me and my mate get on with her so well. Her name's Jodie. She's a lovely lady. She says, "Here, what do you think about big bums?" I said, "No, it's not for me. Not for me." She said, "Well, I can't understand it. I spend all this time trying to be slim, and she is. I mean, she's 53 years old. She's got the most beautiful figure, Jodie, up at the village gym. Right? And she says, I spend ages trying to keep like this. And there's girls in the paper, and you keep seeing them, and they have all these things done and all sorts of injections done and all that to make it bigger. I mean, look at J-Lo. Is that her? I mean, is that her? J-Lo and one of them non-people. Kardashians. Have they had stuff done to their bums to make them that big? But it turns out that a lot of the straight lads like this sort of thing, and that's why they're doing it. I mean, Vera likes the girls, don't you, my love? And she said it's awful. It's not for Vera either. I don't know what you think about it. Do you like a big bum there, eh? Feral Music says, my bum is so big, I'm looking to foster some of it to other people. Oh, Feral, you should have got off with me when you had the chance when I was at that dreadful place in Ealing, dear. I was waiting for signals, but you didn't send any out, my love. Pete Ribbinson, back onto the meals, says once ordered a meal and there was an eye in it. When I complained, they said it's to see you through the week. Is it implants? Is that what it is? Implants. That's the other thing. I've heard that having implants in your bum, it's all well and good having these things, but when you sit down, it's like sitting down on a nappy. I mean, that must be so... Why would you do that to yourself? Just to impress other people? You know? Why would you make yourself all uncomfortable for other people? No, Sodom. They don't like you, be done with it, and that's it. And LaBelle says there's a difference from one that's natural and in this enhanced. J-Lo and Kim are natural. Oh, you know more than me then. I mean, I don't know. J-Lo's bum is natural, so there we are. Thank you very much for that. Let me just scroll up here. There we are, scrolling up there. Fun things to do with tech. Says, I like doing food reviews on TripAdvisor, but worst meal, fish and chips not cooked well. Oh, I had bad fish once. Oh my God, when I was eating, it's some years ago. Again, it's years and years ago now, when I used to eat dead animals. And I had this fish from the fish and chip shop. It all looked very nice, you know. Fish and chips. He got this thing out of the freezer, dropped it in the bubbling fat and whatever. I wrapped it up, took it home. And I opened it, and it all looked fine. Then I cut into the fish, and it smelt really fishy. And I thought, that ain't right. And if I took a bite, and I thought, that don't taste right. I think I had one bite and then threw it all away, you know. LaBelle, Nicki Minaj is not, but Cardi B is. See, I like them. I like Nicki Minaj. She's mouthy cow, isn't she? I think I'd have a laugh with her. Nicki Minaj. Da 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 da, starships. Da, 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 da. Do you do Nicki Minaj in your show, LaBelle, at all? As a matter of interest, LaBelle's with us tonight. She's a very popular drag queen in New York. I've never met her. I hope to meet her one day. I'm just going to turn up at one of her shows and throw my pants at her on the stage. Oh, dear me. Jason reckons it must be like being on a bouncy castle. Yeah, I'm sure it is. Right, we'll do one more story then on the show tonight. The most scammed vehicle in Britain. Have you ever had a car stolen? Or broken into, perhaps? That's your next question tonight. Thank you for your likes on TikTok. If we could have some little likes on TikTok, be very kind of you. And also on YouTube, if you could just click your like button, that'd be much appreciated. All right, my darling, don't forget there's an extra show tonight. I hope you enjoy it. I hope you enjoy it. It's going to be quite a long show, around about 10:30, 11 o'clock, all right? Hello to Paul in Ashford. Bit late, darling. He's been out. Hello, Paul. Well, we're nearly finished now. We're talking cars. And I know some of the blokes on here love to talk about their cars and bits and pieces. Have you ever been broken into or had something nicked from the car or had the car stolen? I say this because the most scammed vehicle in Britain is VW's transporter van. And the reason is people upgrade them into camping vans. Here's the story in the Daily Mail today. Rebecca and Simon Gregory were on a long weekend away in Disneyland Paris when the first stranger rang the doorbell at their two-bedroomed home in Littlehampton. They got the closed-circuit television there going on, you see. I've got the same here. I've got quite a few cameras around here and up at the caravan as well. They're very good, the little battery things, and they've got solar panels and they never run out. It's fantastic, really. And I can log in wherever I am. If it picks someone up, it sends me a message and I look and I can talk to the person. It's fantastic, really, what we got now. The couple knew it wasn't a friend or relative thanks to their smart doorbell, which sends closed-circuit televisions from their front door in the seaside town to their mobile phones. After briefly watching a man wandering around on the porch, looking confused, the couple started to get concerned. But then another stranger turned up. And another. And another. Rebecca started to get worried. What on earth was attracting so many people to their home 300 miles away? And the bloke asked his mother to pop round and have a look. When the lady reported back, Rebecca, she's the missus, was gobsmacked. Every one of their unexpected visitors had turned up for the same reason, to collect a Volkswagen transporter van that they bought on eBay. Davina had politely explained there was no way her daughter and her husband could be selling a VW transporter. They simply didn't own one. In total, about 13 eBay buyers turned up to find only the couple's Ford Fiesta on the driveway, and they were still arriving when they returned home 2 days later. Each buyer had put down a £2,000 to £3,000 deposit on a VW transporter listed for sale on eBay. They had been given Rebecca and Simon's address to collect the van. Unbelievable, isn't it? Others had booked hotels. One had spent 5 hours on a train from Liverpool. Another couple had driven several hundred miles. Most were furious when they found out the van that they thought they'd bought didn't even exist. In short, they'd all fallen victim to the most common vehicle fraud in Britain today, the fake second-hand VW transporter van. Isn't it funny? You would have thought it'd be like a Fiesta or a Golf or something like that. You wouldn't have thought it'd be a VW transporter van. And the reason is that people are buying these, and my nephew has done the same thing, although his isn't a VW. They're converting them into camper vans. They're putting beds in and all this, that and the other. Right? Little heaters, some of them, little kitchenettes. People are very talented at doing this sort of thing. I know my nephew and my brother-in-law are. It's not something that I could do. But that's what's going on. People are buying these things and then converting them into camper vans. Hello? Almost free holidays, really, isn't it? So there we are. Isn't that interesting, isn't it? Hello to Myth Productions. Hello to Myth there. Terrible, really, isn't it? What they're up to there. Greg says, I've not had a car stolen, but he had a catalytic converter and alloy wheels stolen. Just having replaced the tyres at £140, £42 each, he was gutted. I bet you were. The catalytic converter things are very popular, aren't they? I can't believe how quickly they can remove one of those. I know Toyota, they were offering a catalytic converter guard, I think, which somehow you put around the exhaust thing there. It's supposed to, I don't suppose it would stop someone stealing it, but it might make it a little bit more difficult. Do you know what I mean? Something like that. But terrible. I've got a picture of the said car as well here. They are the cars that people are saying are the most... oh, I haven't got that on here. Oh, hang on a minute. I can take that to show the TikTok people. 1 minute. Because they can't see the pictures on there. There we go. Right, let's have a quick look at that for you. That's the car that's really popular of them people nicking there, you see. All right. Terrible, isn't it, really? I've had a radio stolen from a car before. I had two radios. So one radio when I first had my car, which was a Triumph twin carb. I had a lovely car it was. That was my first ever car there. And then I was outside a nightclub, Trade at Turnmills, where I used to go every Saturday night. And I put a mobile phone. It was like a Nokia 6210. That's how long ago this is. I put that, and what else did I have in there? Oh, the radio. I think the radio as well. I put this in because you used to remove radios. And I put that in there as well. And when I come out from the club, the side window had been smashed, and they'd taken that out of the glove box. I mean, it's all very well saying, why did you not lock the... Well, yes, I did. the locks on glove box, it's just a waste of time having one on there, really. You know, you're probably better off not to have a lock on there, then you won't get the damage done when they lever off the blooming lock. That's the trouble. Vera says converters are stolen from supermarket car parks. Is that right? Gosh. You know, I remember once I parked the car. I can't remember where it was now. Anyway, I parked the car and I've got out of the car and I've left my sat-nav sticky thing on the window. Of course, a lot of us don't have to do that anymore because a lot of the cars I've got them built in. I've got Apple Play on my car, so literally I plug my phone in I have to do it on a wire. It's not wireless. Plug that on the wire, and then on the little screen in the middle with the other controls on it, you know, like I don't like the radio and all. On that screen comes up my phone screen, and you adjust it like that, so you don't actually need a separate radio and things, and even sat navs in cars anymore. But at the time, I had this thing that you used to stick on the window, and I'd left the bracket on there, and I took the thing with me, and I'd close the door, and this lady come up. It's a police lady. I said, "Excuse me, sir, can I have a word?" I thought, oh God, what have I done now? I'm always terrified at that, you know. excuse me, can I have a word? I said, yeah. She said, can I just point out you've left your bracket on the window? I said, well, that's like, they're not going to nick that, are they? And she said, yes, they would. I said, but that's only worth about 10 quid. And she said, yeah, that's enough to get them a little hit from drugs. I mean, I don't know what £10 would buy you. I've no idea. Maybe some of that cocaine or something like that. Is £10 about right? I've no idea. But so she said no. They'd use that to get a hit. They'd sell that for a fiver and get a hit. I think fiver. She said a fiver should get a hit from that. She said, take it off and wipe the marks off the windscreen so it doesn't look like you got, and put it under your chair if you don't want to take it with you. That's what she said. Surprising, isn't it? £10 a bag. Is that right, Gary? Thank you, Gary, who's always in the know. Gosh, dear me. Feral music, £10 equals cough mixture, he says. Yeah, Alan says if they're desperate, they will take it. Yeah, the trouble is, I feel, the thing is, Alan, there's a lot of desperate people that you don't seem to be taken, do you? Good evening, Alan. About time you come and sung another duet with Maureen, aren't you? Eh? When are you coming to see? Maureen's desperate to sing with you. Paul in Ashford has never had a car stolen, but my car keys are now stored in a Faraday box. Yes, I gather they can pick up a signal from your car keys or something, can't they? If you've got your car keys, like, next to the door or something like that. I'm not quite sure how that works, really. Greg says I'm having problems with keyless entry on my car at the moment. It likes to open itself when I walk away. I mean, it's just, you see, this is the trouble. Every time you bring in a new bit of technology, there's something else to go wrong, isn't there? Which is understandable when you see these petrol heads who don't want anything to do with electric cars. I mean, I get it. I just see it as an electric car. I mean, basically, 2 wires from a battery to a switch to wheels. That's basically it. It's just all the stuff that's in between, all these little computers whirring around and this, that and the other that go wrong. But that's the basic thing of an electric car, isn't it? Battery, 2 wires to a switch, i.e. an acceleration pedal. Push that down, it switches it on, sends the electricity to the motors on the wheel. Not much to go wrong. But when you start putting in little blooming computers to control the brakes in case something stops in front of you, that's when it's all very complicated, isn't it? Alan's visiting London at the moment till Saturday. Well, perhaps you'll come in on Friday and sing a duet with Maureen then. I'm sure she'll be very pleased. Built in Scotland had a Vectra that the people smashed the window to get in. And the best part was the locks didn't work when it was open. Thank you. Old Spice. Gary Ross is doing Old Spice tonight. You're right, Gary. Yeah. I've seen videos of them people in Manchester on YouTube. Frightening, really. Frightening. Okay. Let's scroll up. Gary's offering best prices for your catalytic converters if anyone's selling any. He's a dodgy git, isn't he, Gary? Gary was. Thank you, Gary. Mick Davenport says they always nick the VW badges from the Beastie Boys. That's right. They used to hang around their necks, didn't they? Alan bought a Mercedes brand new, and within an hour, some Wally ripped the front badge off the bonnet. It's a shame, isn't it? Oh dear. Ferrell wants me to do an interview with Nicki Minaj. Well, we just sit there swearing all the time at each other, I think, to be honest. Thank you very much. And righty-ho. George Bond says we've had stuff everywhere in the car. I'm not quite sure how that fits in there. Feral music. Chris, you're too intelligent for this. Are you for real? Intelligent? Me? I'm not intelligent in any way, shape or form, my love. I'm telling you that now. 2 O-levels, that was it. 2 O-levels. You need to be on GB News or Talk TV. No, I don't. There's too many restrictions. I couldn't do what I want. I wouldn't be able to sit here and do this sort of stuff. You know. I mean, this is just fun. I'll never make any money out of this. That's just how it is. This is just fun. It's just sitting here and doing my thing. And I love doing my radio show and all that in the morning, which I'll tell you about in a minute. Thoughts. Because I'm centre-right, I think. I'm so scared of politics because I was always a lefty. Hang on a minute. Thoughts. Because I'm centre-right, I think. I'm so scared of politics because I was always a lefty. Well, which are you, centre-right or lefty? Make your mind up, love. Cool, dear. Well, I know you must be Liberal Democrat because they sit on the fence, don't they? They can't decide. They can't decide. In all honesty, I am centre-right. But I think this time it's time to give the others a chance now. I think really at this point. We'll see what happens over the next couple of years before the next election. Anyway, time to go, boys and girls. Thanks very much, sir, for joining us on the show today. Oh, hang on. George says, basically, Chris, I've emptied the glove compartment. Oh, hang on. Where's that gone? I've emptied the glove compartment and it was all over the place. Oh, have you made a mess, have you, George? Have you made a mess? I bet your nan won't be very pleased about that, my love. Yeah. Feral, maybe I'm a Lib Dec or Reform, but they died. Yeah, this is the trouble. You often see coming sort of halfway through, Parliament, halfway through, you get these other little parties come out and they get a lot of stuff on the telly and all that. Oh, they're going to take all the votes away from Labour, or they're going to take all the votes away from... And it never happens. It never happens. And it comes to elections and they die on their arses. It just doesn't work. You know, you have to decide, and that's how it is. Hello to D. Brown in Montreal in Canada. Now, there's a place I'd like to visit, Canada. I'd like to go on the Rocky Railroad. Looks fantastic in the pictures. Looks fantastic. Anyway, time to go, boys and girls. Tomorrow morning, what are you doing tomorrow morning? Perhaps you'd like to come and join me on my little radio show that I do every morning between 9 and 10 o'clock. I have great fun on there. It's all dance music, okay? It's mainly dance music. There's a bit of other stuff as well on there. There's an ABBA song, but mainly dance tunes on there. And that's reachonair.com. 9 till 10, Monday to Friday. If you've got a smart speaker, you can listen on a smart speaker. All you have to do is say Amazon Play radio station Reach on Air. And I'm on that same station and also here on this channel on YouTube on Tuesday nights. We now do a 9 till 11 o'clock on Tuesday nights, both on Reach on Air and on YouTube and on TikTok and on Facebook Live. And you can call in on that one on the phone, and it's always a pleasure to talk to different people on the phone on that. All right, my darlings. Diana Strelly just joining us towards the end of the show there. Good evening, Di. Nice to see you, my love. Time to come down to that karaoke again, Di, you know that. Have a nice evening. Keep an eye out on this channel. Around about 11 o'clock, there might be something different for you. I do hope you enjoy it. You'll be tearing your hair out watching that. See you soon. Thanks for watching and listening. Bye-bye.